this is my tutorial for 3 monochromatic snowflake tumbler designs. I have already sanded and prepped all 3 of my tumblers using an 80 grit sanding block and Rustoleum Satin Protective Enamel in white. For one of the designs, we'll be taping off half the tumbler with painter's tape. The other 2, no tape needed, unless you tape off the bottoms like me. I've had a lot of questions about why I tape off my bottoms. I do this as a personal preference. It helps decrease the odds of damage from drops, as well as from wear and tear. These tumblers are not cheap, and I want my customers to be able to enjoy their tumblers for a long time. This is totally my preference. Do whatever works best for you. For the tape tumbler, just spray that sucker gray and move on. For the last 2, I created a gradient or ombre for one. The gray goes from bottom to top, and on the last one from top to bottom. While our paint dries, let's make our custom mixes. This is a monochromatic tumbler using shades of gray/silver. So we'll be making a couple of shades for our tumblers using silver and white glitter. You can definitely use Mod Podge to glitter your tumblers, but I love using the epoxy method to glitter. I'll be using fast set and pulling my tape as soon as I'm finished glittering. I let my tape tumbler cure for about an hour, then glittered the remaining side. Let my glitter layers cure, sealed with Krylon Triple Thick, and then sealed with epoxy. Now I'm ready to prep for my stencils. I was feeling a little lazy this week, so I decided to hop on to Creative Fabrica for some snowflakes. I grabbed some regular snowflakes as well as some more delicate looking snowflakes, which are different than what I currently have designed for myself. I wanted to get a different look than my other snowflake tumblers, and with my current subscription, I was able to download with no extra fees, and they included commercial licensing. I'll post a link down below in the description box with a link just for my subscribers where you can try out a Creative Fabrica subscription for just $1. I made my snowflakes all different sizes, ranging from 1.5 inches and up to 3 inches. I was winging it, y'all, and guessed the sizes I would need. I just knew I wanted various sizes from large to small. I then changed the color of the snowflakes to match the color they would be on my tumblers, with the black snowflakes being the stencils. made some tree silhouettes for one of our tumblers. These are the same tree silhouettes that we used in our Winter Snowflake 2.0 tumblers. I got them for free on Google, but I'll include them with the SVGs for this tumbler if you'd like to use the same ones. After measuring around my tumbler, I made the stencil trees 10 inches wide and 4 inches tall. For the vinyl set, I kept the 10-inch width and made them 3 inches tall. After sanding my tumblers with a 1500 grit sanding disc, I was ready to add the stencils to my tumblers. For the layouts, I used snowflakes for the split tumbler and white to silver ombre tumbler, and trees and snowflakes for the silver to white tumbler, with the silver being on the bottom. Ready to add our spray paint. Now don't worry if your cup is wavy looking in the epoxy like mine. The epoxy will cover a multitude of sins, including wavy painted cups. Now, if you're using metallic spray paint, make that tumbler as smooth as possible. The metallic paint will show every bump, wrinkle, shoot, every sin that you've ever committed since you were born. It will expose everything. For the white spray paint, I'm using a professional grade paint because I absolutely love the nozzle and the spray that comes out of it. But okay, stay with me, y'all. The can of spray paint that I'm using right now does not come with the nozzle that's currently on it. The nozzle comes from the same Montana company, but a different can. When I ran out of the first can of spray paint, I bought this current one, but the nozzle didn't spray like my first can of paint, so I swapped nozzles. So if you want the awesome nozzle that shoots out this light mist, get the gold can, not the black one. I'll have links to both cans in the description box. Let your paint completely dry and remove your stencils. For the split tumbler, remove the tape, retape the opposite side, and spray paint white. Let dry, then remove the tape and the stencils. I sealed my painted tumblers with Quick Coat from CC DIY to prevent any dimples and epoxied. To add a little shimmer, I added Woody's Goodies Snowflake Mica into my epoxy. Now we're ready to add our extra snowflakes. I only added the thin snowflakes to the Rhinestone tumbler. They had the perfect spots to add the rhinestones, as well as some silver snowflakes. The tree silhouette tumbler, I added a mix of silver and white snowflakes. And lastly, the split tumbler, I only added silver snowflakes. But this is me, y'all. Gray, white, chartreuse, do whatever you like. Oh my word, y'all. It happened again, y'all. It happened again. My camera was like, you know what? I think I'm done for the day. I think I'm gonna take a break and bloop, cut off. Thankfully, I noticed before I started the second cut, but it missed me applying the silver snowflakes on this tumbler. Don't come for me, y'all. It was just the silver snowflakes. That's it. I promise you. split tumbler needed something, so I hopped on my computer and cut a thin silver strip for the middle, 0.15 inches wide and 10 inches long. Now to seal with epoxy and add some extra glitter to really make them sparkle. For my Winter Wonderland tumbler with the trees, I added silver to the top and came down to the middle, then added white glitter from the bottom to the middle, giving a really pretty snowy effect. For the split tumbler, silver on the white portion and white glitter on the gray portion. And lastly, for my Rhinestone tumbler, I added a mix of silver and white glitter in certain spots. I didn't want to cover up the snowflakes too much. Let cure, and then we'll be ready to add our decals to the Winter Wonderland and the split tumbler. For the Rhinestone tumbler, I decided to just have the rhinestones and no decal, so I went ahead and added the last epoxy layer. After you decal these two, seal with a coat of epoxy and they'll be all done. My Rhinestone tumbler has been turning with its last coat of epoxy for about 2.5 hours, and the epoxy is stiff enough to not immediately drip, yet still tacky enough to apply the stones. Because the epoxy can still move if sitting too long, I put my tumbler on my single turner to apply the stones, so I can periodically turn the tumbler to keep the epoxy in place. The stones will sink into the epoxy and cure right into the finish. No extra glue needed. Do not epoxy over the rhinestones or you will dull the facets and they will lose the sparkle. So please, please make sure you're on your last coat of epoxy before adding them. Let your final layers cure and you'll be all done. I love them all, but my favorite is definitely the Winter Wonderland tumbler. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments down below. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my longer than normal tutorial. Have fun making your monochromatic snowflake tumblers, and I'll see you again next time.